All right, y'all, I'm going to get into the projection and draw this out so y'all can understand maybe a different take on what NASA and the textbooks and all these things teach y'all, because they teach y'all a half truth. We need to take what they take and say and kind of combine it together in a mix match format to create the reality of our situation, because we can look around us and use our five senses and know that they are liars, okay? And if you believe what they're telling you and just buying and selling it, that's part of the mark of the beast, okay? And we need to go and test these things. So this earth is given to us to know, so let's know. All right, so we got the sun in the middle of the projection. It is the source of the light, that the things we see. So they tell us that the earth spins around the sun. So let's think of it this way. This is the ice wall of Antarctica, okay? And we are actually being pushed downward, the so-called gravitational force, through spinning around the sun this way. Like when you take water in a bucket, or you're in the ride called the Spinnaker at Six Flags or whatever, but these spin around and they push you against the wall, okay? So, when you dig down in the earth, about 8 miles down, there's a hard barrier they cannot get past. And the oil and such would be kind of that liquid crystal display for the projection to float on. And you would have the sun beating down the projection, and as the light condenses, it creates matter, and we are actually, all matter is condensed light, and the colors you see in this world are the reflection of the color that's not being absorbed. So it's actually every color that's being absorbed other than the color you see, and that's what creates that matter. So, with the earth being flung around the sun this way and us living on a flat circle disk, that circle flows in a certain direction, okay? And that's the right versus the left, and that's where Eden was put in the right hemisphere. And then you have the, so this would be earth, and that would be Eden in a sense. And what is the source of light? That's where you got the Lord God, who is the sun in the Psalm 89:11. That sun is coming in and projecting a world that they revolve around, and that would be the garden and doing things by the season and all these other things and having to work around the sun and all this stuff. So that's where, instead of letting the earth be and eating from all these plants or whatever, they're trying to bring in what they like into a certain time frame, and this is the kind of world we got today, where we're eating foods from here or there or whatever. They're not necessarily produced locally or whatever. So these are being stuck together, and this would also help explain high tide and low tide. As the earth is flung around or spins around this light, that the high tide and low tide is created depending on where we are in that elliptical spin they also teach us about. And also the sun and moon and stars, when we track those throughout the year, they go around us, they spin around us, okay? So this is where you get kind of that atom, so-called, that they teach, where everything creates from. So this is where you get the spin on the spin, and this one makes us go all the right way and right-handed, and the mark in the right hand and all those other things. And as man and woman goes away with the ages, the age of earth, each age of earth, like the Aquarius into Pisces, or Pisces into Aquarius, or blah, 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 Those are basically months. The zodiac is months of or years or whatever of the earth in a big time frame. So us going into the age of Aquarius is kind of like the sun closing its eyes, the God closing its eyes, and then going to reopen them. And this goes along with the backstage stuff and the front stage and new stage and all that other stuff. So as the projection and the eyelid is where the people are in a jam and all that, because this is no longer going to go this way. And this is that climate change, that circle effect. It's going to switch and go the other way. And this is where it's like no other time to be on earth, because it's all been slowing down to this point, okay? And then it's going to go this way. And that's when the earth, instead of going this way, it's going to go this way. And that's going to take us into a new time and all those other things. That's where you get this little thing that you see on the movies or whatever, going into opening portals or whatever, because this stuff and these things about the particles of the light and how they condense and whatever, and how the earth is really going or whatever, this will be able to open it up to time travel, or to be able to at least open it up to where we can walk through the earth as far as opening gates and being able to walk from America to China or whatever, just through a gate of light. But anyways, so this sun condenses into this world around us and such, right? Now, this is the part that gets a little freaky, because this light here, the sun and moon and stars, follows each person around in this world in their own perspective. This light is connected, is the same light that comes in when the sperm and egg meet inside your mother's womb. And this is that light giving birth to the projection, and it's giving birth to you, and you're giving birth to yourself. And this is where you know that the Father is in you, and you in the Father, and Jesus is in you, and you are Jesus, because he is part of you, and he is in all of us, and he died for all of us. And he gave us the freedom to live our life, because we are all the bodies and members of Christ. And this Christ, this pineal gland, this sun, creates this projection, and it goes up to the sky, and it creates this, and notice that the sky is blue. Blue is associated with sadness. That's the grievous sin of Sodom. And that's the way this world spins. It's once you're looking back in the past. So, as this is connected to the sun, okay, this has us spinning left and right, or right to left. And as the world changes, as these new heaven and earth changes, this pineal gland is where we need to get to the center, where we need to get to that light inside of us, where we need to find ourselves and how we connect to this world and what our own purpose is. And our own purpose is what we say it is. It's not what this side, what this blue sky says. It's not what this ear, the earth, says. He, heaven, the earth, it's there to control you. You need to get to the single eye. You need to take control of this rotation, of this circle. You need to become your own culture. You become your own petri dish and think from the middle, from the center. The center is where you reflect the sun, but you're not always doing what the sun does, because the moon can come out in the day and night. Comes in and out of this world. Sometimes it takes part, sometimes it doesn't. So, as the sun is projecting our reality, another form of this is we live in a petri dish, and you can't go anywhere. And this is that true man show. And this is the sky, and this is the earth. Okay? So, just ever spinning like a crazy top, creating reality, creating your own projection. And this person who controls this world takes your godhood, takes your light from you, and he takes it to him and casts it on him. And he casts it on the 7 candlesticks. And those 7 candlesticks works on your chakras. And then you get all shocked up. And as the new time comes, you, instead of going into the new time through the nuclear fusion and all that other stuff, you're going to fucking blow up. So, the stars in the sky, the sun, moon, that is for clocks and for ages of the earth. And so we know the times and seasons of these things going on, and know the times and seasons of the new heaven and earth setting. And they want to take you into the beast man. They want to make you think you're spinning on a cartoon space ball. When the things they teach are opposite of reality. So this is where they say it's spinning, and water would fly off if you're spinning a ball. But if you're spinning a bucket filled with water, okay, that way, with a kid playing it as a child, put it away in child's things, and this is going to slam the water against and create our gravitational pull to the ground. Now, oxygen, that's paramagnetic. And the oxygen and the carbon dioxide, that is going to push and pull people together. That's going to create the gravitational pull from the left to the right. And if you're drinking carbon dioxide and stuff, that's like putting carbon dioxide in your garden's roots. Your roots need oxygen, not carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the exhale. Okay, so the oxygen breathing in is that inhale. So that's where you're being pulled towards other men. The exhale is where you're being pushed out. Okay? So these things are working in a way, and this is where they can control the frequencies of man through the frequencies of earth, through the things we listen to, the things we eat, the things we drink, and the things that we're being taught in all these things. Okay? So that this goes along with the bell worship as well, because you would have this projection of the sun, because it goes out, we can see like a dome around us, and the projection only goes as far as each one of us can see, but through a collective consciousness, we create the world around us. And we can see this with Targets and Walmarts or whatever, because those would not exist without the collective consciousness. That's where your government doesn't exist without the collective consciousness of going in to vote. Okay? And you vote with your dollars and all these other things. So that bell worship that you're shown through the Big Bang and all that shit, turn that on the side. That's exactly what they show you in the space program or whatever. All right, that's creating from the Big Bang, and it comes out from all this other stuff. So in the bell worship, the ding, 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 school has started. It's time to get brainwashed. Ding, 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 church has started. It's time to get brainwashed. Ding, 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 your appointment, sir. Come on back. Let's get your shots. Let's stick the finger in the asshole and see if you got any polyps. Whatever the fucking shit they got y'all doing, dude. Like, I don't know anymore. So this is where we can see the side to side, the up and down, and all those other little things, okay? Once we know the reality of the situation, and we know that we are connected to this light source, okay? This is when the power starts to come.